Welcome to Mama's Playground. This is Darlene.
And this is Monica.
And this is the last Wednesday of October. It's so sad. I love October.
Yes and no, it's sad, but it's like Halloween is coming.
Or maybe I'm sad because Christmas is coming.
And now you have to start thinking of like, what am I going to buy?
Yeah,
what am I going to do?
So not ready. And the whole Halloween costume, like everything changed for me at the last minute because we were gonna come as go as something on Friday, but then a friend gave Luna another costume that has nothing to do with what we were gonna wear, but she wants us to go as a group, and now
you have to buy something else or make something else.
We were trying to make Halloween very unstressful. Even I don't know if that's a word, but yeah. Somehow it happens.
It's becoming stressful.
It's becoming stressful.
Yes.
But anyway, October, it's been a great month. Again, so many birthdays in my family. My birthday, we had a great time. We went to a brewery in Fort Lauderdale.
With kids. I'm doing the eye roll, like with kids. I didn't bring my kids, by the way, but you and all your friends brought all their kids.
First of all, I wanted to go to the beach, but then I'm like, the beach could be so stressful. And, I had an overdose of beach in the summer in Puerto Rico. So I'm like, okay, let's not do beach. And I love breweries. And they said it was okay to have kids. I don't know if that's ever gonna happen again. If they're gonna, probably if you go on their website right
Definitely
now, it says
not.
no kids allowed.
Definitely not. And I'll tell you why. As soon as I got there, I'm talking to your mom, and your mom is like, listen, Monica, you see those people in that table? They're not having it. They were not happy that the kids were here. They are leaving because of the kids. And I was like, oh. And I was like, I didn't bring kids. So
but it was early. Wait, it was early.
It was 5 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
5.
It was early, and the kids, they have their own corner until they went up on stage singing K-pop, which is funny because weeks ago we were like, what was the show? And now
Yes.
I'm all about the music.
Yes, they were all, and they were there, fighting, like all the girls. Your daughter and her friends were fighting over the microphone.
I know.
Which, by
it
the way, we
happens.
have her here as
Yes.
like the she is what is it? She is the producer
Right
today.
now she's producing the show.
She is producing. We're gonna take a picture of her and put it in our podcast.
Let me tell you, we just got back from a field trip. So this was the first graders in a farm in Florida, which was super, super, super hot. So anyway, she took a really long nap when she got home, and now we're doing this at night, and
Nobody knows this, Darlene.
She's
Nobody
up.
knows. This is a Saturday. We're filming on a Saturday, and she's off of school, and she's
It's not a Saturday.
But I wish it was. That's why I'm saying it. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, yes. What are we talking about today for this end of October? You surprised me. You tell me.
Okay, so it's gonna be Halloween in 2 days. So we gotta talk about Halloween. Tell me,
Absolutely.
when you think about Halloween, what's one childhood memory that comes up to your mind?
Always. I could tell you this very quickly because I have it there fresh in my mind. My mom always used to put this like Dracula and the wife. What is the wife's name? Oh gosh. Well, whatever. The woman version of Dracula.
Fabian, what's Dracula's wife's?
Dracula and Count
Dracula
whatever.
had a wife?
I don't know, but I still have this vision in my mind, like clear as day. So there was these 2 huge posters. I mean, they were like life size, and she would post them like in the entrance of our house, which was basically going into the hallway to my room. Okay, and I still remember this.
The entrance to your house?
No, like, so not the entrance, like the entrance of the like front porch, but like you come into my mom's house, which she still has, and you like turn the corner. She had a big wall right there to the right hand side, and she would put.
I've been there. I'm trying.
You've
to
been
picture
there,
it.
okay? So were like the fake little fireplaces. Okay, that wasn't there. So she had the Dracula there and the big like life size wife of Dracula, right?
Sorry to interrupt. I love how we have fake fireplaces in Florida.
Yes, well, this is Cuban for you. No, my mom's from Spain, but this is the Hispanic thing, okay? Like at El Dorado furniture, with the like little fire logs.
And like Luna now, because we like that on the TV.
Those are more modern. That's more modern.
We put a fireplace with
the roasting of the marshmallows.
The jazz music.
Yeah, that's for Christmas though.
Yeah, I know.
But hers is like a real fireplace kind of thing now, but it wasn't there before. So she would post this like big thing, and my mind every year in Halloween, every time I'd have to go to my room through like the hallway. I'm like thinking about it right now. I would go through like the hallway and I would have to see it, and it was dark. My parents' house was dark, so I would walk through this like little hallway getting to my room, and every time I would see Dracula and all that, I would literally run and like bolt to the bed and get myself under the covers. I was scared of these like posters. So I was like, okay, but I loved it at the same time. It was so crazy. I loved it, but I would hide under my covers thinking that they would come to life like at night and like they were gonna like bite me on the neck or something. By the way, I have Luna here looking. I'm like, shoot,
Like you're crazy.
exactly.
So wait, why didn't you tell your mom? Can you take it down?
Because I loved them.
Oh,
It was
but
like
you did,
I,
so it's
I,
being like
I enjoyed it.
masoquista.
Yes, it was. I loved it. It was like this like thing. I don't know. And I would envision like the Dracula come to life like in the middle of the night, you know, but it was fun. It was fun.
Are you afraid? Are you scared of one of these monsters or villains, whatever you want to call it?
When I was younger, no. I don't think, not that I can think of. I didn't like clowns.
Oh.
So I remember watching a movie, not because they told me to watch it and not because my mom allowed me to watch it. Luna, go to bed. But you know, she's like behind the scenes here. I'm like, do I say it? Do I not say it? But anyways, it was called It. I think it was called It of Clowns. Oh my God.
Oh,
I think
It. Yeah,
and that thing had me scarred forever. Like I didn't want to see clowns ever.
A lot of people are scared of
You know, so anyways, but clowns are very nice, okay, Luna? They're super nice.
Yeah.
They are good clowns.
Oh, mine was Frankenstein.
Really?
I'm till this day, I don't know. Even if you go, I used to live right in Hollywood in LA, and they had the guys dress up as Frankenstein in the middle of Hollywood Boulevard, and it is no.
But why?
I don't know.
Frankenstein, there was really nothing like crazy about him.
No, I don't know if it's he's so tall. I don't know. It's scary.
He was like the Hulk. Like he was like the Hulk of like back in our
I
day.
don't know. And that project, I don't know. I'd rather have Pinocchio. That was another project, and I'm not scared of him. But no, Frankenstein. And then when later the movie came out, Scream.
You know that I never saw Scream?
Don't watch it because you know what it is? It's a mask. So when you go out on Halloween and they're wearing that mask, you really, and especially now with so many things happening, I'm like, I don't know if I want to be around somebody that
has a mask.
A mask, period.
Well, definitely not.
Especially Scream.
Definitely
I
not.
will scream.
Is that? Oh, so now that you're saying movies, I remember when I was younger, I would watch The Lost Boys. Did you see The Lost Boys?
No.
Yes, you did, Darlene.
Did I?
Yes,
Who's in
this
it?
is an 80s movie of vampires. I loved vampires growing up. Like, loved them. That's why I think I was masoquista, that every time I saw Dracula and his wife, like, hanging on my mom's wall, it was like this, like, rush, but fear, but like, oh,
So you
know?
got it from your mom, because then if she had it up there, she loved Dracula too.
I never asked her. I just know that every year she would put it up, and I
you
loved
don't know
it.
what your mom does.
I used to love the fangs coming out, and I would even envision myself like the fangs coming out. And I think I even had a dream when I was younger. Not think, I know. And I even felt my fangs coming down like in the dream. That's how much I loved the vampires.
Really? Like you?
I
you
loved
thought They
it.
would be coming down like.
I could feel it. Like I could feel los colmillos coming down like that. And I was like, oh, I'm a vampire. And I think I had dreams. Like I loved it.
So weird.
But anyways, yes, I loved The Lost Boys. And I'm sure anybody that listens to this knows. If they're our age range, they know The Lost Boys.
I
They
don't
know
think I've
it.
seen it.
You had in there Corey Haim. You know
Okay,
Corey
I know
Haim.
Corey Haim. Okay,
And
I
you
know
had the other
Haim.
Corey.
Corey Feldman.
You had both of them in there. And they were
Okay.
the little brothers. And you had the guy, oh my God, I can't remember his name, but I loved
I
him.
don't know. I'm in like 16 Candles
No,
and The
no.
Goonies.
You have to watch
I
The
don't
Lost
know
Boys.
you know what? Now I don't know if I've watched it, but good.
It was
to know.
based in California. No? Okay, so now you're going to have to, like, when you stop this, not today, but you're going to have to go and, like, find
See,
it.
My thing is, okay, science fiction and all these movies, and Fabian will definitely not watch the terror thriller, whatever movie. But no, okay, I'm gonna watch it before Friday.
But it's not, it's not horrible. It's not these, like, movies now that you have, you know, coming. I'm sorry, my phone is in between my lap and it's talking to me. So that's like that's spooky. It's like spooky. I don't know. It's Halloween. This is a Halloween episode. Anyways, but yeah, it's not. It's an '80s movie, so it's not these gory movies that they came out with afterwards, like Chainsaw Texas Massacre and all those things. It's not like that because I don't like those movies. Like those type of movies, I don't care to watch. But this is
I can't even remember a Halloween movie that I remember that I didn't like. That no, for me Halloween was always, when I think back, it reminds me so much of my parents getting dressed up. They were party people. They are. Well, mostly my dad.
Your dad.
But they would always dress up. And me as a little girl, I was like, oh my God, look at their costumes. And they would have parties. And
I love
or
that.
have people over and they would match. And so I remember that. And then always when I was trick-or-treating, having to come to the house because it was my grandfather's birthday on
Halloween?
On the 31st. Yeah, so it was always for me trick or treat and then talk to Abuelo Toñito.
Oh.
So yeah, but any particular moment of Halloween? Oh man, but imagine, I can't even remember what I did last week. So it'll come to me probably tomorrow. I'm like, oh, this is what I remember.
I should have said that I forgot. It always happens.
Yeah. But anyway, what we're gonna talk today in this episode about the fears that we as parents have.
Yes, you're right.
So
you told
we're
me
talking
that.
because we're talking about our fears when we were, little kids and
Halloween
and Halloween. But in general, aside from Halloween, any other fear, anything that you were scared of that you remember when you were a little girl?
No, my fears, again, I need a psychologist. No, I'm just kidding. My fears came later in life. My fears came later when I got older. When I was younger, I was a daredevil, like nothing really scared me. And I think it's because when you're younger, you don't really think about the dangers and anything, right? Mm-hmm. You just are living. So for me, that I can think of off the top of my head, a fear that I had, no, only besides like, Dracula and whatever, like becoming alive, on Halloween. But other than that, no.
Yeah, I never believed like in the monsters under the bed or in the closet or anything like that. But I feel that, like you said, as you grow older, you start having so many other fears. Like we've talked about this before of, growing old and not doing things that you could have done or regretting things that you did that you didn't do. And then as a parent, that's the episode, guys. Yeah. All the fears and all the things that scare us of our parenting. Are we doing a good job? Are the kids going to be okay? Oh, yeah. Are we going to regret something that we're not teaching them, or that, there's so many things.
It's other type of fears. Mm-hmm. Now it's more of on a deep level. It's no longer the fun surface things. Now it's really thinking about the future and are you doing it correctly? And did you set the example? And now you realize why your parents were, at least my parents, I don't know anybody else's parents, but why my parents were always so on top and trying to, find out, how I understood something or how I took something, like information-wise. Like, I don't know if that makes any sense. I don't think that makes sense.
Do you think that our parents had it easier than we have it now with social media and, all the things that have come with technology and the internet? Because I feel that, I do. I think that we have it harder because we have all these extra things to worry about. Like the other day, Luna started playing Roblox with a friend. She told her about the game, and I'm looking at her right now. And then and I said, okay, let's download it and you can play it today. I don't know what that is. And not even a week later, you see in the news of how bad it is. And, I don't want to get into details right now, but all the things that can come from playing that game. And I was like, okay, let me get the iPad, and right there, I just started deleting a bunch of stuff. That's one, especially when they're older. And I feel that we both will be the type of parents that we will monitor what they're doing on their phone. But again, there's so much because they're not going to be with us
24 hours
7. But at least at the beginning, when they're younger, so much we can do.
Yeah, I don't think there's any like any perfect answer there, I guess, your fears evolve, right? When you're little, your fears are somewhat superficial.
Is my friend gonna like me?
Yeah. Or there, things, or, obviously other kids have, we were fortunate to have, come from a good family and all that. But there's also kids that probably have fears of other things like in their family. And then as you get older, at least in our thing, it's more of, are we doing it right? Did we before having kids, did we do everything we wanted to do? It's just all those kind of like, I don't know if they're fears. I don't know.
Worries?
I guess maybe it's worries. Maybe it's
inquietudes.
Yeah, because you know that our time here is limited. So do we get to do everything? Are we teaching them the correct way? Are we involved as much as we'd like to be? Like I think there are more worries. I guess they're fears, but I think more worries. Right?
Yeah, and then the conversations that they're having, with other kids, which is another thing that, sometimes. Now, I don't want to say worry, but again, inquietudes, things que como que uno dice, it is a Spanglish podcast.
Yes.
Thank you, bilingual. So just in case. But things that, okay, is this friend treating her bad? Should I separate this friendship? And I'm talking because some things have happened recently where she's been, arguing with one friend in particular. And it's, okay, what is she doing wrong? How can I help? And then the friend's mom is like, you know what? We have to let them be.
You got to step away.
We got to step away and let them communicate. And I was like, wow, because I was kind of more on the defensive, like trying to protect my child. But it's also trusting, the process. And we have to let them go, but with a short leash. Like they say.
No, I guess it goes down to the fear of the connection, right? Like if that connection exists, because obviously my cousin said to me something the other day. She sent me a message on Instagram and I had put something, I don't know, something about like, about kids or whatever. And she said, that's why you have to, spend a lot of time with them. That's why you have to communicate a lot. She's like, and if you do a good job with them, they will come back to you when they're adults. If you do a good job,
I've heard that.
If you do a good job as a parent, they will come back to you as an adult. And I remember answering back to her and saying, I hope so. I hope I'm doing a good job. And I think right now at the age of the kids that we have, the fears are different than the kids, the parents, that have kids that are 16, 17, 18, that now are being influenced from the outside world. I think the fear comes back as to, fear of losing connection with them. That fear is real. Like, will there be a day where my kids don't want to connect with me anymore?
Oh,
will it be gone? Will it be like this? Maybe right now you're super close with your daughter. She tells you everything. Is there going to be a state in her life one day where she's like, she doesn't come to you anymore? And she doesn't want you around her anymore. That fear, it's like more of a sadness. It's sad, to think that could possibly happen,
But yeah, the connections we make, like we had that, remember the episode with Todd Sarner, talking about the importance of connection with the kids, even if we're mad with them, is just trying to, we're the adults.
Yeah.
We're the adults.
Sometimes we're the adults.
Tells me that that all the time. It's like, hey, babe, remember you're the adult. I'm like, yeah. But the age they're in now, this is the fundamental, the base. This is where we have to really work
on building a foundation.
On building a foundation for when they get to that age that they may want to like step away or confide in somebody else. And so, yeah. I mean, there's so much we can do right now. I'm trying my hardest. And one thing I tell her all the time, you are my only daughter, my first daughter. And this is the first time that I'm being a mom. So I'm going to be making so many errors from here till, forever. And this is also a learning process for me. And I feel that her understanding that too is, okay, mommy is not perfect. If she yells at me or something, it's, she can't handle her emotions either the same way the kids can. I don't know. But yeah, those conversations that we try to have, like when we go to bed, I always remember now because you said that Jacob would open up to you at night.
Always, yeah.
So Luna and I, we're having like really nice conversations at night, and just what we can do right now is enjoy what's happening now, and then just try to build, great connections for the future.
the
Try our
bonding.
best.
The bonding.
The bonding.
It's being in the now and working on it
Yeah.
in the now. And then hopefully, not letting your anxiety get the best of you, thinking of the future, right?
Yeah.
Because, it does occur to me, like sometimes at nighttime, a lot of thoughts come to me at nighttime when everybody's sleeping. Like I'm looking at my ceiling, I'm thinking about 1,000 different things. My parents, this, that, which I had told you one day I want to do an episode on that, and I think of my kids and I say to myself, am I doing things correctly? So I don't want to say we can't have those fears. Like, no, you got to put it to that, because it's normal to worry, if you're doing it good. Like, are they, when they turn 12, 13, these teenage years, are they still going to want to be around you? Are they still going to be like, Mom, come here? Are they still going to want to hug you? Like these days right now, I'm always like, Noah, give me a hug. And I hug him for like these bear hugs. And I'm like, okay, don't stop hugging me. I'm going to glue you to me with like a crazy glue. And he starts laughing. And I'm like, I told Jacob the same thing, because this age is a beautiful age, but as they get older,
they
have
detach a little bit.
Yeah.
Luna, don't detach, okay? She's just saying,
And the
no.
cutest part is that at this age, they're like, absolutely not. But we know as, getting older and things evolving and you start to get influenced, you have your friends, you start to want your own space, you want to start building your own boundaries, and you need your space. It's just part of life. As a parent, we're like, oh my God, I just hope, that we are always at least not the center of their world, but at least in their world,
Yeah, the most important thing is for them to know that if they need to talk to somebody, it's like you can come to mom, you can
Absolutely,
go to dad, because the problem is when you start going to other people seeking advice or asking or trying to get information or getting, like Luna's always saying, I'm a curious person, Mom. I'm always going to be asking questions. So I'm like, ask us.
Ask me. Yes,
Ask me,
my dad.
if it's math, definitely don't ask me and ask your dad.
But if it's important things, ask me, talk to me about it. Yeah, I 1,000%. One thing my mom had always told me, and one thing my mom always did with us, it's not that she preaches and she didn't do it. She always did was she communicated. Communication is key for everything. And we've talked about this before. It always comes up. It's something that I always kind of, I repeat it 1,000 times because I have to also be aware of it. Communication is key. I tell my kids all the time, something happens in school that you didn't like. Somebody made you feel bad, somebody made you feel ecstatically happy, I don't know, just whatever it is, tell me, and if it's something also that you feel that I'm gonna get mad about, like for instance, I'll give you an instance that's so simple and so innocent, but again, it happens. I get to my sofa one day, this was like last week, and I go to sit down and I noticed that there was like chocolate milk like dried on the sofa. And I'm like, my kids were eating in the breakfast table, and I'm like, who spilled chocolate milk all over the sofa? And they covered for each other, okay?
Oh, they did.
They did. So I guess Noah dropped all his chocolate protein shake that he drinks all over the sofa, and Jacob saw it. They dried it up. Obviously, the stain is there, but they dried it up, right? They tried to cover it up, and I was like, why didn't you tell me? And I said it in the very nicest way, and Noah looks at me and goes, because I didn't want you to get mad at me, Mom. Like you were going to get mad at me and you were going to start yelling. And I said to him, I want you to understand something, whether it's this or whether it's something much more important than this, you can always tell me something. Doesn't matter if I react in a whatever way. I'm not going to be mad at you. I always want you to come and tell me stuff, and I be the first person, whether you think I'm going to get mad or not. Like, let me be that person. And obviously in my mind, I'm thinking deeper than a chocolate milk on a sofa. You know what I mean? But I want to instill that in them for...
Yeah, that they can come to us and we're not going to be mad.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll probably...
I understand. We get mad.
It depends on the age.
Yeah.
I mean, if you told them 10 times not to do something and they do it, yeah, we are going to get mad. But come on, these are 5, 6, 7-year-olds. Jacob's going to be 8 now, right?
Yeah.
And they're still learning a lot of things, where was it that I heard that they said... Oh, they think that first and second, third graders, they're already big. They're big kids. And it's like, no, they're still kids. Let them be kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, no. Luna? But yeah, those are the fears. Like communication, losing that connection, like you said. Like I remember my mom, and again, we've talked about this before. My mom was always there waiting for us to come home from a party.
Oh my God.
And
4
it
o'clock
was
in the
okay,
morning.
yeah.
She's waiting.
So who did you dance with? But
Yeah.
that same thing, like, it wouldn't get me mad. It's, she's worried about me, and she wants to make sure that I'm home safe, and she wants to know what happened. And I would tell her without any problem until this day. And we have a great relationship, and same as you and your mom. And that's what I want with my daughter.
No, and I'm sure somebody that's listening has not had that. Let's be honest with you. We're very fortunate that we are close to our parents still to this day. I mean, I always, again, this is something I pray about every night, that they live to be 100, because we've been blessed to have good
Yeah.
parents. Then you've got people that haven't had that, you know what I mean? So they maybe can't understand or wish they could have had something like that with their parents. And that's what I hope for. I hope that I can, in my way of being, instill in my kids a thing where they always feel that they can come to me. I don't care if you're 50, and if I'm still alive, you can come to me. And that's the setup that I hope. I think that's the only fear really that I have, losing that connection. One day them growing up, us not being that close. You know what I mean? Like, or somebody else influencing them, and that influence not being the best influence. Because you see it. I know growing up, I had people not influencing me in the best decisions, and I did some things that I probably shouldn't. And when I confessed to my mom later, a couple of years, like, she just was like, I can't believe that these things that you did was happening, and I had no clue. And I didn't teach you this way. Like, I didn't show you, but that's where I say influences come into play. Wow. And you have to be aware of who your kids are hanging out with, and
100%,
and what's around
100%. And let me tell you, I love girls. My daughter's a girl. I had Luna in baseball for 5 seasons, and let me tell you, 5 seasons, 5 teams, 0 drama. Leave her with one of her girlfriends or 2 of her girlfriends, and there's some drama.
Well, that was like your birthday. My God. And listen, I still have the picture very, very clear in my head. And I was looking back at your other friend, Clara, and she was laughing because they're back there. Again, these people have kids that are older. So they're basically, like empty nesters. And they're sitting back there with a beer.
Yeah, that's so funny because we have 2 sections. We have like
the
my
empty
sister
nesters
and the empty or they're, 16, 17 at their
They're empty nesters.
They're not there.
They're empty nesters.
They still live there, but they don't have to bring them out because they don't need a babysitter.
And they don't worry.
And then there was us. I grew from preschool and all that we're still very close.
Listen, I have her visual. I didn't go with my kids. Again, let me tell you something. Mom guilt, okay? I did feel guilty for not bringing them because I was like, wow, they could be here playing. But anyways, I didn't go with them. I got a little break with my husband. And I'm sitting there. I'm seeing your husband singing happy birthday to you. And then all of a sudden, all the girls get up. Luna's listening to this. And they get the microphone. They're singing the K-pop songs and all that. And the drama starts. Like, one wants the microphone. The other one wants the microphone. And Benjamin looks at me and goes, oh, thankfully we don't have that. I look back at Clara, and Clara goes, oh, there's drama going on here, But they're empty nesters with a beer in their hand, and all the moms looking at their daughters going, hey, stop it, don't fight, don't do this. And I was like,
I think I did. I was just chilling. I'm like, happy birthday to me.
But it's true. Women, girls, we are who we are.
Yeah. So
we are who we are.
At the field trip, one of the mamas was like, is she going to go back to baseball? Or actually, are you going to put her in softball? And I'm like, softball is all girls. I can't do this.
I've always said, and this has nothing to do with the scary episode, I always used to tell people I love to work with men versus women. Women are catty. Except for the podcast. No, of course. I'm saying, like, in corporate settings, working with women, and I've come from a sales background, women can be scary, okay? They are. Women can be a little scary, okay?
I'm so sorry. You're making me laugh.
No. Listen, I'm telling you, we are something. And I put all of us in there, you know what I mean? In the whole batch. But shoot, women are scary. They are like Halloween scary. No, I'm just kidding.
So on that scary note, beware of women. This Friday, the 31st.
Yes, Friday. Oh, Friday.
I love 31st. That it's Friday. I love that Halloween's Friday.
Yes, so do I.
Yeah, what are your plans?
So we have a friend. Well, we had plans with some friends from jiu-jitsu. Then another friend of ours invited us to go to his house because they're gonna have a thing there, and everybody's going trick or treating, and then they're gonna be celebrating in the house. And then that's what we ended up. What we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be
Now
going
it's
to the
funny
house.
because now it's like I want to go to wherever there's a house now because the kids are still young.
Yes.
Where there's a lot of areas to go trick or treating.
Yes,
That's so much fun. I love it.
I love it too. And if the weather permits and it's cool outside here in South Florida, that's the best. When the wind is blowing and you feel like the vampires are gonna come out and the witches,
Yeah.
you know, it brings me back to the time in my mom's house.
Here we go again with Dracula. No,
Yeah.
but what's driving me crazy again, like I said before, is the whole change of costume. Like, okay, we're gonna go
having
to
that.
my friend Stacy's house, right? So the other day we were at another birthday and they go like, oh no, I'm getting my costume this week. And the man, because they're all gonna do K-pop, so the men were like, yeah, I already got my costume. Yeah, mine will get here too. They're all about it. And I'm like, are you kidding me? We were gonna go dress up as little babies because we have a really comfortable baby suit. And
Is
we're
Luna
like,
gonna do
"Really?"
K-pop?
So
Yes.
she was gonna go with something related to us, but now my other friend's like, hey, I have a roomie costume for her from K-pop. And I go, okay, so maybe she can do roomie and then we'll do the babies. No, I want you to go with something related to
From
the
K-pop.
K-pop. So then Fabian goes, well, we have the baby suit. Let me tell you, the baby costume is super cute, super funny, and super comfortable. And then so Fabian goes like, what if we go as K-pop babies?
K-pop it well.
I don't know.
And Luna is shaking her head like,
She's saying
no,
Hey,
you're
I
not.
mean, but I'm like, I love my friends, but they killed it for us because they always go extra and they're amazing with costumes. But
is
now it's
everybody
like, oh my
going
God.
K-pop?
Yeah, thank you. So no, there's hope because she told me that one of the kids, Rian, I think he's gonna go as ninja, and I'm like, wait. If one of them is gonna go as somewhere else, we're allowed to go as something else, not.
I need to get dressed. I didn't buy a costume. I don't have a costume.
You see, I don't feel bad.
I don't have a costume. I think if anything, I'll just dress all in black and do something. Put some fangs on, and I'll
That's
pretend.
always the easy one, the witch.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna be a fangs. Fangs,
fangs is
like vampire. Weird.
You and your vampires. No, I'm thinking how easy witches could be. Maybe we could be a baby witch K-pop demon.
No. Now I'm thinking, man, I want to do an 80s theme like vampire thing, like Lost Boys. Trust me, you need to watch this movie.
Okay, we're gonna watch Lost Boys.
Yes,
before
sorry. I'm like,
Friday.
I've got an audit now, and I'm like, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna watch Lost Boys. Anyways,
All right. Well, with that said,
yeah, keep it scary, guys.
keep it scary.
Keep it scary.
Happy Halloween by October.
Yes. Happy
We're so
Halloween.
close to Christmas. I actually love Christmas. It's just as a parent, you know what I mean.
Everything is rush, rush, rush.
Yes.
We got this, though. We got
this.
We got it.
Well, thanks for tuning in. We are on Instagram, Mama's Dad Playground. We're on YouTube. We are wherever you're listening to us on your favorite
Absolutely.
podcast platform. Love you guys. And again, happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Cheers.
Bye. Oh, yeah.
Bye.
Cheers.
Salud.
Ooh.